But we don't know how long she's been trying to connect with Simone or get through to her.
But that's fine. But that's fine. Like again, it's Simone's decision to welcome you back or not. If you've extended the offer and whatever, to me, I favor it being done private channels.
You should reach and she should reach back and reach back and reach back and reach back until Simone Biles accepts that.
Ultimately, I still agree with that. It got especially an athlete at that level that Simone is at. If you are any type of family member, you want to try to keep it as private as possible, as long as possible.
She just did her thing at the Olympics. Don't take credit.
She's a big deal. You know what I mean?
Well, when you do this, when the mother does this in the public forum, now it becomes something that Simone Biles has to answer to.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Reason why she's been trending a lot lately is because of her mom, right? Her mom came out, and from what I saw, it was like a podcast type interview. Whether she said something somewhere else, I don't know. But basically, she was just saying how she wanted to ask Simone for forgiveness, and she wanted to reunite. She really wanted. She wanted to be invited to the Olympics. She wanted tickets and get invited to to see her performance. And this past Olympics, and basically the backstory is, I guess her biological parents were on drugs during her small adolescence there, and which led to Simone going to a different family, right? And I guess out of whatever in the podcast and in the interview, she's saying how she was sort of embarrassed and sort of. That's why it took so much time to reach back out to Simone again. You guys got any takes on this story here?
A couple thoughts. I don't know. I mean, did it sound from the podcast like they have connected in any way and they're trying to work on any sort of relationship, or was she kind of like completely not connected?
Like she reached out and they had a small encounter, but Simone is not there yet.
That's cool. That's cool. That's because I mean, like, if you want to go to the Olympics or whatever, like if you haven't already done the work of some sort of rehabilitation of the relationship, like the last thing you need to be around my competitive, event is you. You're a distraction. Straight up, you're not helping me lock in and do what I need to do in my craft. The adoption thing is tough. I mean, I'm not adopted, but you've heard and you're familiar with a lot of those folks. They'll always have that question of like why did a parent give up on them or whatever? And if for some of those people, and I'm not walking in those shoes, that's a question that they may have to answer at some point in their life to have some peace of mind. From just my perspective, if somebody has kind of done you wrong or whatever, it's like, I don't think there's a benefit to holding on to that. I think there's a benefit to moving forward. And I don't just say that in the case of like parental abandonment essentially, but just any relationship that doesn't serve you. If you can discipline yourself to pull away from that in a permanent way and build your life in a positive manner, I'm all for that. If this, person is gonna kind of just bring drama or whatever, anything unnecessary, you've built a great life for yourself. You're the best at what you do in the world. You're married. I don't know if they have kids or anything like that, but like, you've built a great life for yourself. You've had great success. Like, you don't need to look back, if you don't want to.
Almost definitely. I mean, from the CEO, I feel as though family affairs shouldn't go public, either way it go. Especially with a subject that touchy, and like you said, Mr. Pink, every child is going to want to find their way back and have questions, to why and what happened. But in Simone Biles' circumstance, she's already blown up. Sometimes people don't look back, like you said. She's already established. She's already successful. She has to be given her time. I feel like it was unruly of her mother to go onto a public place and talk about that, and she wants to get back to her, and she wants Simone Biles to reach back at her. She should be reaching back to her daughter, personally herself.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you mentioned that because that's another angle of it. Now, I don't know if like these people like kind of hunted her down and kind of begged her to come on and speak, and she kind of reluctantly agreed, or whether she's like kind of opportunistically looking at this, which to me is a pretty bad look. If you're the one kind of going out on these public platforms to get this message, which is an intensely personal message that should be dealt with personally.
I mean, you got to look at it though. I mean, you either gonna send a letter or are you gonna go and talk to a news reporter? You could have reached any family member.
But we don't know how long she's been trying to connect with Simone or get through to her.
But
maybe
that's
this is
fine.
like
but that's fine. Like again, it's Simone's decision to welcome you back or not.
Simone's
If you've extended the offer and whatever, to me, I favor it being done private channels.
Private channels.
Yeah,
you should reach and she should reach back and reach back and reach back and reach back until Simone Biles accepts that.
Ultimately, I still agree with that. It got especially an athlete at that level that Simone is at. If you are any type of family member, you want to try to keep it as private as possible, as long as possible.
She just did her thing at the Olympics. Don't take credit.
She's a big deal. You know what I mean?
Well, when you do this, when the mother does this in the public forum, now it becomes something that Simone Biles has to answer to.
Yeah. Exactly.
And that's the part that's not cool about it.
That's the part.
If if you reach out to the adoptive parents, you send email to her directly or whatever, her management team, like, again, a public figure, there's ways to reach out. They're not hiding in Iowa. And so, like, if you reach out and try those channels, it's her choice to do that or to respond to you or not. Yeah. You did what you did in life. You made the decisions you made. Live in the bed you made.
Exactly.
But by making this public, now Simone has to answer to this. And that's the part that's not cool.
I got two things on this, though. One is, if I'm talking to Simone, like I'm just saying me as,
Trying to get some.
No, I'm saying she really should. I think she should like give her mom a second chance. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because, I think number one, she did Simone a favor. You know what I mean? A lot of people in that situation, and coming from that type of neighborhood, seeing a lot of people, having people and family members, a lot of people keep, begrudgingly or what's the word I'm looking for? They shouldn't keep hold of their kids, but they do.
Yeah.
Being on drugs, being in a bad environment, things like that. Those people keep on to their kids, and a lot of them won't allow them to go to a different family where they'll have a better chance at life. You know what I mean? And that makes a difference. So her mom acknowledging, like,
she acknowledged that. I give it to you. She acknowledged that, and that what comes with that role. But at the same time, she was old enough that the baby Simone didn't say, "Mom, let me stay." Mm-hmm. She didn't give that option. So she still have to accept that. Simone will come around, and if she don't, she got to accept the situation at hand. But like I said, at the Olympics during a big stage, it's not the right time.
It's not time.
And I feel as though that they preyed on her. Being as though she's like, okay, she has a story. She has a story and a big one, and Simone is on the biggest stage. So let's bring this story out, just like Pink said. Yeah. Let's make it a big news, because now we're gonna make you come out and say something.
Yeah,
we're gonna make you, and if you don't, we're gonna see what happens.
And that's like the thing about this is that now Simone has to respond to this in some way, and then she's gonna be judged for her response. There'll be people in your camp who feel like she should give this mother a second chance. There'll be other people in another camp saying, well, don't give her the time of day. But at the end of the day, it's her choice. Mm-hmm. The mother made the decision she made. She has to live with whatever that consequence is. And it's Simone's decision to, make peace, ignore her, whatever, they want to do, because that's the position you put yourself in. And by putting this publicly, now she has to be judged for how she responds.
Exactly.
No, facts. Now, my last thing is the way to do it is how LeBron James' dad did it. Because
What did he do? I don't remember.
Right.
I don't
So
know
of
if I know
course
the
LeBron
story.
James pretty much was raised a single parent household. His dad was never there, and by a few years into the league, LeBron is this huge deal, and LeBron's dad was reaching out to him, with zero response. So what he does is try to get back with the mom. And did for a while.
Did he?
Yeah.
He circled back?
That's how you do it, man.
He circled back. Wow. Wow.
The mom got to find out who that adopted family is. And
He followed Delonte West. Shout out to Dad.
No, but don't get me wrong though.
He sandwiched Delonte.
The mother not wrong. The mother not wrong for coming back.
Yeah.
That's gonna happen.
Yeah.
That's gonna happen. And I
Miss your
feel
baby.
I feel as though a lot of big stars. It happens with a lot of big stars, and it gets publicly known. But it happens all the time. It's just nature. Sometimes they want to come back in their life.
Yeah.
She's not wrong for it though.
For sure. All right, now once again, you guys are on the bench podcast with Bubba and Pink, home of sports, music, and mayhem. We're available on all podcast streaming platforms, including here on YouTube. Please like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff.